Okay, so here we are downloading the latest Windows 10 Insider preview build for the Redstone anniversary update, expected the 2nd of August 2016. This is build 143.83, released on the 8th of July by Microsoft, and it is expected to be pretty much the final code for what will be the anniversary update, which, as I said a short while ago, is expected to be released to the general public on the 2nd of August 2016 as part of an automatic update and reinstallation of the Windows 10 operating system to get the new build and the new code. So we'll just let this process run of downloading the updates from the internet and applying them, and then we'll skip forward and we'll have a look at what's coming in this new anniversary update of Windows 10, which has been codenamed Redstone. And because this process is very much dependent on your internet download speed and the speed of the processor and disk in the actual computer, we'll just fast forward now through this stage of the download and upgrade process and skip to the final steps of the installation of the preview build. And a short time later, once the download's completed, we'll just hit the Install Now button, and this will now go through another quite lengthy process of about an hour or so to actually prepare and carry out the installation. So once again, we'll just fast forward through all of this. And after a short period of time of the download processing itself ready for installation, you will get prompted to restart your computer. So if we just hit the Restart Now button, and the computer will now restart and the installation of the new code will begin. The computer will then restart and the installation process will begin. As I said earlier, this is preview build 14383, released on the 8th of July. The final code will install in a very similar way to this. You'll still see your initial Windows lock screen whilst it completes the installation process of the new code. So we'll just fast forward through to the end of this so that we can actually have a good look under the bonnet of what's new in this build. And the installation process just continues for a little bit longer. We're almost there now. Worth bearing in mind that whilst it does these updates, it will retain all your documents, pictures, music, videos, folders, downloads folders, and anything that was on your desktop. So basically, and all your files and settings should also pretty much remain the same. There may be a few things that have changed as a result of the complete upgrade. But yes, we'll shortly have the build installed, so we'll just once again just fast forward through this process. In due course, we are presented with our lock screen. If you have it enabled, we just click that. In my case, I have a PIN to log in, so you just enter that, and it will then just start to log you into hopefully the desktop, but I have a feeling that it may just do some more customization changes, so we'll just see what happens here. And as I suspected, it does want to do just some more configuration changes, so we'll just fast forward through this process now. And after some time, you will be presented with your desktop, and here we are. In my case, it's got my theme that I had before, and the pictures change. A little bit slow there because I'm using this on a remote link. Okay, so basically this is build 143.83. I'll just get this up to just show that, there we go, this is version 1607 OS build 143.83.0. so this is pretty much the final code. What makes us think this more is the final code is the watermark that was down the bottom here telling me which preview build I had previously has now disappeared, and it's completely clean desktop with no watermark saying this is an insider preview or anything, plus the fact that this was released on the 8th of July. When we look here in WinVer, 1607 indicates kind of the date, 16th of July. They did a similar thing back in November with version 15.11, which was released it for the November update. So this makes us think this is pretty much the final code here, and it's remembered all my settings. It's got my themes, all my documents and pictures would be here. The most noticeable thing you'll first notice is the start screen. When you hit your start button, the text labels have gone from the icons here, which a little bit annoying. A lot of people agree with me that it'd be nice to have the option to turn the text labels on or off, or whether you just want the icons. Looks like we're just keeping the icons with no option to add the text labels again, which say documents, downloads, music, pictures, videos, etc. Bit of a shame that we're just going to have to get used to what those icons mean. Of course, you can just hover your mouse over each icon for a short period of time and it will pop up. There you go, and tell you what each individual icon is, but obviously, you know, quite time consuming, but I guess we'll get used to that. So the start menu's had quite an overhaul here. You'll have to excuse the refresh rate on this screen because it is being recorded and controlled remotely, so it can be a little bit slow. Basically, the start menu can add an infinite amount of icons here now, tiles. As you can see, I don't have many. I've pretty much customized the hell out of this particular test machine previously, and it's remembered all of that. We can also move our start around, drag it around like so, make it smaller, bigger. We can also drag it upwards like so. So yeah, this is pretty customizable now, and you can add pretty much everything to the start screen if you know how. Look up deep linking, quite good for linking things quickly to your start menu. So that's the biggest change you'll first probably notice if you happen to hit the start button. It comes along with other changes to the notification center. You'll see it has a little bubble here that tells me I have free notifications. This is again a new feature in the anniversary update. So if we just click our action center, this has all been compacted as well now. It's a lot more tidy than it was in previous builds, or the November build, the last big build. And you get a lot more information here now in your notifications and things, and like I say, it's a bit more presentable and tidier. Another big change to the user interface is the settings, the new settings control panel, which will eventually replace the old-fashioned control panel in due course. We're pretty sure that will happen. This has had pretty much a big overhaul. I mean, if we just look in some of the options here, if we go into personalization, for example, everything's been tidied up. It's all a little bit more compacted. There are a few new options in here, a few new things you can turn on and off, and other things you can do and whatnot. Like I say, this has all been tidied up quite remarkably. There's also a new way, or will be a new way, to recover your PC in updates and settings and recovery. Yeah, you'll have this link now. Learn how to start a fresh, clean installation of Windows. We've covered this process kind of in previous videos, so by all means look at those, but we may create another video in relation to this slightly newer reset option within the update and security of the settings app. So those are the biggest changes you'll first notice, I suppose, the start menu and the action center, and some of the other things that have happened to, like the settings control panel and whatever. Okay, so now we'll move on and we'll have a look at some of the more bigger features that have been that are coming in this anniversary update in August. I guess the most talked about new feature that's coming in the Windows 10 anniversary update is a thing called Windows Ink, which basically, if you've got a tablet or a notebook, you'll be able to use a Windows Pen device, which you'll have to buy, of course, which will allow you to scribble notes freehand with your tablet, phone, or even your laptop or Surface, whatever you're running Windows 10 on. However, if you don't have a pen device attached, and I actually don't, this is just a standard desktop computer we're using here, you can click on the task manager like so and choose the option here, show Windows Ink workspace button, and if you just tick that, you then get a new icon appear down here, which is the Windows Ink workspace. As you can see when I hover over that, just double click on that and Windows Ink workspace will open up like so. Okay, we have a sketch pad, sticky notes, screen sketch, so you can capture screens and scribble on them and whatever and send them to friends, so on and so forth. I'm not going to cover this in great detail. There are plenty of resources online that you can Google to find out more about Windows Ink in Windows 10. So the sketchpad here, I've got one I did previously here, so yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. You can scribble notes. I'm doing this with a mouse, so yeah, not very good. There's a ruler, so you can actually do measurements of things and draw lines and whatever. It's yeah, it'll be pretty good if you've got the pen device that goes with it. So that's basically the Windows Ink workspace, and to turn that on and off, you can just do this on the taskbar option. Okay, so the second biggest new thing to be introduced in Windows 10 is something called Bash, or the Born Again Shell, something that Linux users and Unix users will be very familiar with. It's basically a command line interface, and I'm not going to cover it again in great detail here because obviously it's not really a Windows thing. It's something that's been asked for many years by seasoned Windows users, and at long last it's come. So the Born Again Shell, I already have it here on my start menu. Is just simply run as an app now, so you can just click the start button, type the word bash, B-A-S-H, bash on Ubuntu for Windows. Desktop app will show up like so, and there we go. It's just the command line interface. Again, not going to go into great detail. You can Google what this is all about. Just Google for the Born Again Shell or Bash in Windows. You'll find lots and lots of information about what it does and whatnot. For more familiar Windows users, it's very similar to the command prompt that you got in Windows forever. Or the old DOS prompt. I mean, this is known as the old DOS prompt as well. So yeah, it's just a command line, and it's something that a lot of seasoned Windows users have been asking for, and at long last it has been introduced into the Windows 10 anniversary update. So that's the Born Again Shell. Again, go and Google it. You'll find out what it's all about without me going into great detail about that particular feature. So that pretty much covers the most important things that you probably need to know about. A lot of changes have happened under the hood. The code has been streamlined. It's far less bloaty than it was previously in the November update in 2015. There's a lot of new little features been added and things in the background which you'll discover over time. And obviously it's had some security improvements, and basically the code has just been really rewritten again, pretty much. So it's all good. It's an update that we're going to love and we're going to hate. Personally, I really do not like this start button, but that's just my personal opinion. I wish we could have the text labels back. I far preferred that when that said like downloads, music, documents, etc, etc. It made life a lot easier. There have been significant improvements to memory management, driver updates and whatever in there as well. So yep, it's a good build, and this looks pretty much like the final code as I showed a short while ago. When we look at the Windows version, we are given build 143.83.0, but this significant thing of 1607 tells us that that's it. It's pretty much done, and we're now the 9th of July, so yeah, just a week to go, and it will be pretty much probably rolling before the 2nd of August, to be honest, down to users' machines as an automatic update, and at some point you'll be prompted to install it. Good luck and have fun. Enjoy the Windows 10 Redstone build when it comes to your PC. Thank you for watching.